I am fucking freezing. It's a cold one today, guys. Absolutely freezing. So I've got the hoodie on, I've got the dressing gown on. Welcome back to the raw truth on the Mental Health Diaries. I hope you're all doing well. Just quickly before we start, make sure you check out my mental health well-being walk. That's recently gone on live on the channel this week in a beautiful place in Wenville called Salmon Springs. Lovely scenery, relaxing music, and we're just talking about mental health. So make sure you check that video out. But today on the Raw Truth, what we're going to talk about is the government's statement about services and funding around mental health going forward into 2024, and Mind, the mental health charity in the UK. We're gonna read out their response as well to the government. To the government's plans for 2024 going forward. But before I get into that, and I will drop the link in the video description to the article on Mind's website, so you can corroborate that it's real. Once after the video, once I've read it out, if you want to read the article in full, then you can hit the link in the video description, and that will take you to their webpage where you can read that. But before we get into that, just a quick update on my mental health. So, my mind is very unwell at the moment. My mind is very dark, and it's very unforgiving. It's very unrelenting at the moment because next month is a month that is playing massively on my mind, because in February 2022, that's when I tried to end my life. So it's a very emotional time of year for me. The PTSD is very real. The nightmares are very real. The flashbacks are very real. So yeah, my mind is very unwell at the moment. It's dark. It wants to do damage to myself, and it's just not a nice place to be. And the worst place you could ever be is trapped inside your own head. So, I wouldn't wish that on my worst enemy. You wouldn't want to take a walk in my mind at the moment, because you probably wouldn't come out alive. My mind is so dark. It just wants me to hurt myself all the time, and self-harming has ramped up over the last couple of weeks and months. And it's just, I know, how February 2022 massively impacted my life, and it changed the course of my life forever. So, I'm struggling at the moment. I am, I'm man enough to say that. I'm not afraid to say that. I'm really struggling at the moment with the PTSD, the depression and anxiety, and everything that comes with that. But I'm not the only one. I'm not here for sympathy. I'm not here for anything like that. I'm here to show that if I can talk about it, then you can talk about it. That's what I'm here for. And don't forget, talking helps me. Me talking to YouTube and talking to no one helps me anyway, because I'm verbalizing what's going on in my head, and I'm saying it out loud so I can hear it. And talking is one of the best therapies you can have. And I already have a counsellor at the moment, and I'm having an additional counsellor now while I'm waiting for the EMDR treatment for PTSD. So, and not only that, then you've got your mental health, and you're trying to work through your traumas, and then you've got the worries of everyday life, and the cost of living crisis. It's been confirmed that I'm having 2 knee operations this year. One in the first half of the year, and another one in the second half of the year, to fix my left knee, because it's damaged beyond repair, and it's going to take 2 operations to fix. First one is fusing the bones back together, then the second one is fixing the ACL ligament. So yeah, it's going to be a really challenging year physically, as well now. As well as having to manage my mental health and my emotional well-being. So I really hope, I can find some sort of peace, or some sort of break where I can just be me for a while, and remember what it was like to smile, and remember what it was like to have a day where you're not wanting to hurt yourself, or you're not wanting to be around. it's it's something to see when someone is giving up on life. It's very hard living a life where you don't want to be a part of it, and it's very hard to snap out of that mindset once you've been in it for so long. Um, and the reason I haven't had the EMDR treatment yet for the PTSD is because the NHS said it was too expensive, and I didn't meet a certain criteria. Um, so a formal complaint went in, and an investigation is underway. So hopefully the outcome of that investigation allows me the treatment I need for PTSD, so I can focus on the depression, the anxiety, and just getting myself better. Because a mix of two operations and suffering with mental health is a recipe for disaster. So um, yeah, lots of things going on this year, lots of things that I have to manage, lots of things that I have to go through. And I want to do that with you guys together on YouTube. And, I'll do as much as I can to show you what I'm going through, and every stage of the operations and stuff like that. Where I can film, when I can film, and I'll do what I can to share the journey with you as well. So um, that's where I'm at with my mental health. And I'm not the only one. I know there are people out there suffering in silence because they're worried about the stigma, because they're worried about the feedback they might get, or the criticism they might get, or the barriers they might have put in front of them. Because there is still massive stigma around mental health, especially men's mental health, but mental health in general. There still is stigma around that. There still is discrimination around that, and that's what I'm trying to challenge. And that sort of purpose is the flip side to how I'm feeling mentally. That purpose allows me to come on YouTube and speak, allows me to create videos and content, and try to grow, this channel organically through being honest with myself, and being honest about my mental health, to show that you don't have to suffer in silence anymore. You can reach out and you can ask for help, and that is okay. And whoever says that it isn't, is talking out of their ass, because at some point in our life, we all need help and we all need support. At some point in our life, we can't do things alone all the time. Yes, we have to have self accountability, and yes, we're responsible for our own lives, and how we react to things. But it's no harm in asking for support. There is no shame in asking for support. And I want to break those stigmas, and I want to stop the discrimination. Um, that is what I'm creating videos for. That is what I'm pushing myself to do, even though I'm suffering myself. I'm still coming on YouTube to try and help other people go through the same things that I am. Because ultimately, as simple as it may sound, people should help people. We're all human beings. People should be there for each other, and people should be there to support each other's journey, and want people to succeed and want people to do well. But unfortunately, that's not the world we live in. The world we live in is toxic, hateful, spiteful, cruel, and it's not a place where you can, you know, you can grow, because all people want to do is pull you down, and all people want to do is criticize you, and all people want to do is, you know, go against what you're doing. When all people are trying to do is create content to make people's lives better. So surely we should champion all the content creators trying to make content to help other people. Doesn't matter what type of content it is, they're doing it to entertain and help people through life, and give them something to smile about, give them something to look forward to. And you know, I want my content to be as real and as honest as I can. But I'm not asking for anyone's sympathy, because I know I'm not the only one going through this. This is my journey. This is my challenge, and this is what God is testing me with, and that is what I have to find a way through and find a way out. Because the best way out is always through. I need to go through my traumas. I need to go through my problems the right way, with the professional help that I'm getting, await the specialist treatment for PTSD, and then take it from there. physically. I need to get through these operations as best as I can, and rehab as best as I can through 2024, and hopefully in 2025 I'll be physically in a better way, mentally in a better way, and I have big, I do have aspirations and dreams and goals for 2025 and beyond. I can't do too much this year because I know two operations is going to keep me off my feet for the majority of the year. Two major operations to the left knee. So, but for 2025 onwards, I do have dreams and goals that I want to achieve with this channel and with this brand. And the Mental Health Diaries has become part of my life. And, I want it to become part of other people's lives. And I want it to be somewhere where people can go and feel like they can comment about their mental health and not be judged for it, and not be criticized for it, and not be discriminated against because they're suffering or because they're down and they feel sad. That's normal. They're feelings. We're human beings. We have feelings. Men, women, whatever. We all have feelings. And if you can choose to be anything in this world, there's two things. Choose to be kind, because no amount of kindness will ever go wasted. Choose to be kind and choose to be yourself, because by being yourself, that's your greatest power, because there's no one else like you. So believe in yourself, and believe that you can make it through whatever you're going through now, and you will. You will see a better day. One day we will have our better days, because life's all about balance. We just need to find a way to that balance, and we need to find a way to get balance back in our life. Instead of it tipping in the favor of darkness all the time, we need to start tilting it back towards the light. And that's what I want my content to be, for people, and that's what I want my content to do for people. Start tipping their thought process back to the light, to show that if I can do it, not granted, not many people watch my lives. There's one person watching at the moment, but at least I'm doing it. I'm still going live. I'm still putting myself out there. I'm still making myself vulnerable, and being open to abuse or whatever, in the comments. But I'm doing it to show that people can talk about mental health. People can express how they're feeling, because how they're feeling matters. And you don't need anyone else's validation for that. You just need your own. So if you want to talk about mental health on YouTube or TikTok or X or Instagram, whatever it may be, whatever platform you want to talk about mental health, don't be afraid or don't be ashamed to do it, because you're entitled to do it, because your feelings are valid. Too many people are not doing what they want to do because they're fearful of stigmas and discrimination, and they live in fear. There's no, they live in fear of what might happen. And I'm guilty of that as well. I'm guilty of holding myself back. I'm guilty of hurting myself. I'm guilty of giving into the negative thinking and the negative thoughts. I'm guilty of all that. So but I'm trying. I'm trying to be better at those things. I'm trying to do things better, to be better at those things. And I'm not going to lie, it's not going to be an easy journey. The last 2 years since February 2022 for me, it will be 2 years in February now, has been horrific. In here, the torment in there has been horrific these past 2 years. But this is part of my journey, and this is part of my life that I have to find a way through, and not avoid it, not try and go around it, not try to go underneath it or over the top of it. I need to go through it and experience the trauma and feel the trauma and live the trauma and then process the trauma and then come out the other side, because you can recover. Recovery is possible. And there are many, many people out there that are living proof of that. And if you've made it through mental illness, or you've made it through addiction, and you're out on the other side, you have something that not many people have. It's resilience. You have that. I'm not there yet. I'm going through it right now. I want to get to that place of resilience. I want to get to that place of being that mentally strong that it doesn't affect me anymore. And I'm going to do my best to get there. And I'm going to try and help other people along the way so they can get there too. Through content on here, through TikTok. Don't use Instagram. Don't use Facebook. I have the Mental Health Diaries is only on YouTube and TikTok. And I do, promote it on my personal Twitter. But, I want to grow first and foremost on YouTube. I want to grow first and foremost on TikTok. And then when those two things are up and running, then, I can look to branch out, but one small step at a time, one small step each day, and just try and be better than you were yesterday. Live day by day. Set yourself goals and try to work towards those goals. You're gonna suffer. You're gonna suffer more pain. You're gonna suffer more heartbreak, and you're gonna suffer more tears. Life is unfortunately gonna throw those things your way, but it's how you react to it. And if you want to ask for help, then you ask for help like I've done. Life is only 10% of what happens to you, but it's 90% of how you react to it. And you can choose the ending. You can change the past. I wish I could. I wish I could change and alter my past. I wish I could go back and erase some of the mistakes I've made. But I can't. No one can. You cannot change the past. Accept that and embrace that. But what you can do is start where you are, and you can change the ending because it's not written yet and you're the author. You have the pen. So start where you are and change the ending and leave the past as a memory, because your memories will always be a part of you. Good, bad, indifferent, all types of memories will always be with you, because they're moments in time that you've had in your life. They're moments in time that you've experienced that have played a part in building the character that you are. So you will always have memories, sad, good, happy, but regardless, memories are moments in time that are meshed together to form your life. You can use memories as fuel. Don't be like me, living a life of regret and bitterness. I'm bitter towards myself. I hate myself. I hate the way I am. Don't be like me. You can be better than me. I'm trying to improve myself. No one is perfect. No one on this world is perfect. No one on this planet is perfect. We all have had mistakes done to us, and we've done mistakes. We've done things that we're not proud of. But what we need to learn to do, and this is me included, I need to learn to not let them dictate my future. And that doesn't happen overnight, and I'm not putting any time frame on it either, and I won't be pressured into putting any time frame on it either. I go through enough up here that what people say in the comments come nowhere near to the pain I feel inside my own head anyway. So the pain I put myself through is more than anyone else can ever do to me now. So embrace your past, use it as fuel, and use those memories as lessons to improve yourself for tomorrow. The work you put in today will pay dividends tomorrow. So invest in yourself and invest in your growth, both spiritually, mentally, and physically. I can't do those things at the moment, but I'm getting help to do that. I need the operations, and then I plan to get back to my fighting weight. And not fighting, I don't fight, but I mean I used to play football all the time, and that's what I want to do again. I need to get the operations out of the way. I need to process the trauma, and I need to get to a place where I respect myself again. And you guys, you can do it too. Don't suffer in silence anymore. Because life's too short. Life's too short to worry about what people are saying. The quicker and the sooner you realize that it doesn't really matter what people are saying about you, all that matters is how you think, the better your life will be and the better your life will become. And that's easy for me to say because I do it to myself, but I'm learning to try and be better at that. But you guys can, if you're stronger than I am, you can do it quicker than I can. Other people's opinion of you is not your business. It doesn't matter. It holds no weight in how you move forward in your life. It holds no weight. It holds no weight. You decide your future and you decide what opinions matter. And the only opinion that matters are your family, your close friends, and your loved ones. But you are the most important thing. The world is a better place with you in it. And if you're struggling with mental health like I am, I suffer with PTSD, complex PTSD. This has been diagnosed. So, it's not me saying it. Complex PTSD, clinical depression, and I have an anxiety disorder and a hypertension disorder. I have those four things. I have to live with those four things, but I want to be able to find balance. And I have days, that's why I'm only able to go live once a week, because most of the week I want to kill myself. Most of the week I don't want to be here. But, the weekends where I see my son, amazing. He's everything that I need to focus my life on. But I'm only able to go live once a week because most of the time I don't want to be here. And that's, a mindset that I want to get out of and I want to snap out of. And I'm going to try and do my best to be able to do that one day and give myself the best chance of mental health recovery. It is possible. Anything is possible. Anything is possible, because even in the word impossible, if you take away the first two letters, it becomes possible. Don't ever say you can't do anything. Just say I haven't done it yet. Don't ever say you can't do anything. Just say I haven't done it yet. Use that mindset to be better. Don't be bitter like I've been in the past. Be better. Bitterness consumes you. Regret consumes you. Hate consumes you. Grudges consume you. Let it go. Let it go. And be free if you can. And if you're in that place, and I want to get to that place one day. I've cried enough tears that I no longer get upset about my mental health because I'm used to it. It's how I live. It's what I have and what's a part of me. I used to laugh. I used to think I could do anything, and be anything. But life's thrown me a curveball and I have to do that. I have to I have to go through whatever this is and these mental health disorders to come out the other side. If I can do it and you can do it. So, I just wanted to say that today, guys, and let you know that it's possible. Recovery is possible. And to remind you of a very important day in the mental health sector. On the 1st of February, it's Time to Talk Day, where charities and organizations come together to raise awareness and promote talking, because talking can save lives. A conversation can save a life, and Time to Talk Day is celebrated widely in the mental health community. And I do a lot of work with Time to Change Wales, who are a national campaign in Wales to challenge discrimination and stigma around mental health. And, I will be a part of Time to Talk Day, doing some work for them, but mainly on my channel. I'll make myself available on Time to Talk Day. I'll go live on Time to Talk Day. I'll stream live to talk to people, and I'll make myself available to talk to people. And talking is important. And if you do want to get involved across all your social media platforms. On the 1st of February, it's Time to Talk Day. Let's raise awareness together. Let's challenge stigma together. And let's break down these discriminations together. Because we're only as strong as our weakest link. So, and we can only do these things and make big change together. And we need to change the narrative around mental health. We need to change the narrative around people speaking about mental health, and we need to challenge those people who negatively discriminate or stigmatize people for talking about mental health. So, that is happening on the 1st of February. So you'll probably see it pop up across all your social media platforms, TikTok, Instagram, whatever. You'll see hashtag Time to Talk Day, because the mental health community comes together to share that day. But for me personally, as someone who goes through mental health disorders, or someone who has mental health disorders, Time to Talk Day should be every day. We should find time every day to talk to someone, and ask how they're doing, and check in on mates, and check in on family, and check in on friends, and start a conversation about how they're really feeling. And that's just should be something that we do every day instead of just once a day. But it's a massive day. Be it get involved with it. It's run by Mind and Time to Change Wales, and all these different mental health organisations come together to champion mental health on this amazing day, Time to Talk Day. So if you haven't talked yet about mental health and what you're going through, maybe use that day and use that platform to share your story, because your story matters. Every story matters, and every story is unique, because no one else can have the same story as you. So what you go through is unique, but your biggest power is you. Life is challenging and life is hard, but life isn't about the amount of breaths you take. You live in the moments that take your breath away. Live in those moments that take your breath away. Shout out Hitch. Watched it the other day. Life isn't about how many breaths you take. It is about living in the moments that take your breath away. And that's a great quote from the film Hitch, and it always resonated with me. So use that as well, and find inspiration through films, through whatever inspires you. Use that as part of your recovery program, and use that as part of your routine, your mental health routine, your mental well-being routine. And don't forget to check out my mental health well-being walks. There's 2 up at the moment. I'll be looking to do another one next week, hopefully Tuesday afternoon. I have a great video. I'm recording a great video on Tuesday with someone who has 40,000 followers on TikTok. I'm going to be speaking to him about the impacts of social media on men's mental health and everyone's mental health, and how he deals with online criticism and online haters. So look out for that video next week. I won't tell you which TikTok star that is, but he has over 40,000 followers. So he will be joining me on the channel next week. So that video will go live next week at some point as well. I will be live again next week. So those are my 3 videos planned for next week, as well as shorts every single day. I do 4 shorts a day. I have the routine now. It's coming. Information from myself, information from other inspirational people, but the subject remains the same. The message remains the same. Your mental health matters. You matter. Do things for you, and do things that make you happy. And if you're not happy like I am, let's find a way together to be happy again. Thank you for watching the Mental Health Diaries. Look after yourself, look after your family and friends, and I'll speak to you all soon. Take care.